Hi guys, so I've covered this problem recently, the shortage of lorry drivers and how it would affect consumer choice, jobs and the economy. Now this was raised in the House of Commons by David Linden, an SNP MP, who asked what the Road Haulage Association has been asking for, putting heavy goods vehicle drivers on the shortage occupation list, which would make sure that drivers from abroad who want to work in the UK can be prioritised. Unfortunately, Boris Johnson's response was pretty pathetic. Now, before we see that, I just want to read some headlines. This is from The Guardian. It says, lorry driver shortage, UK government and retailers in emergency talks. Then we have from The Grocer, heavy goods vehicle driver shortage, industry and government hold constructive talks. And then also from the BBC, why is there a shortage of lorry drivers? But let's hear what Boris Johnson had to say.
Friday I visited David McCutcheon, the Chief Executive of Bullet Express, which is a haulage firm in the Baillieston area of my constituency. Everybody in this House knows that there have been huge problems with a shortage of HGV drivers in this country, and that's only been compounded further by Brexit. So I've got a simple question for the Prime Minister. Why can't we add HGV drivers to the UK shortage occupation list?
Mr. Speaker, I'll certainly look at what he's proposing, but I think the most important thing is to get our entire workforce back at work, and there are currently millions of people still on furlough, and of course there are labour shortages at the moment, but we need to get people back into work, and that's why we've got to continue to roll out the vaccines in the way that we are.
What has the vaccine got to do with a shortage of heavy goods vehicle drivers? You need to hire people to drive trucks. There's a shortage at the moment. Tens of thousands of a shortage. Telling people just get back to work. The problem is these workers are not there. They don't exist. Some of them have been forced to return to the European Union. You have new restrictions in place that makes it more difficult for them to get into the UK. And it's a simple request. Add them to this priority list, this shortage occupation list. It makes perfect sense. You need drivers, put them on the list. Now, why isn't he doing that? I think once again, it returns to this Brexit mentality. As I said before, Brexit is twofold. One is to destroy the economy, and the other is to keep racists happy. If they were to change immigration rules, the racists would be disappointed and perhaps angry, and they would perhaps punish the Conservatives at the next by-election or the next general election. So he's probably not going to change these rules, or they may modify the rules just for heavy goods vehicle drivers. But that's just one industry. There are numerous industries that would like to have their occupations added to this shortage list. There are butchers, there are farmers, there are many other aspects of the economy that are short of workers. So they're not going to open it up for everyone, because then there's no point in actually having a restriction in the first place. But this is once again an example of Tory Brexiteer thinking. We'll deal with the problems as they come along. No forward thinking whatsoever. As Boris Johnson sits on his hands, the haulage industry is suffering. The haulage industry don't have enough workers, they don't have enough drivers. That has a knock-on effect on other parts of the economy. But we've heard Boris Johnson before when he said F business, so maybe this is another case of F business. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?